Hey guys, welcome to my channel here at Nayna's Prepping Kitchen. The other day my son brought home a pie and everyone fell in love with it. And I thought, I'm going to have to see if I can recreate that pie that he spent probably $6 or $7 for it. And what kind of pie was that? Well, it is a buttermilk pie. So I figured, I would go online. So I found a recipe online. I had never had buttermilk pie before, but let me tell you, it is a pie that we really, really like. And, I started thinking, well, what could I use out of my pantry, to make this pie out of just pantry items, So I ended up having some of this buttermilk here, powdered buttermilk, and sugar, and some flour, and some eggs. This is a really simple pie to put together, if your resources are low and you don't have a lot to work with. You can probably maybe put together something as simple as a buttermilk pie. So anyway, I got the oven preheated to 350 degrees, and to save time, I'm using deep dish pre-made pie shells, that you can certainly make your own pie shells, if you wanted to. But it is a really simple recipe to put together, so I figured, hey, why not? I made one of these last night, and my husband said, this is now my new favorite kind of pie. I'm like, I should have videotaped it, and I didn't, so he asked for another one, so I'm going to make another one, and I'm going to let you guys join in and watch how I make it. So go ahead and hit that like and subscribe if you haven't already, and hit the notification so you can be notified every time I upload a video. So anyway, let me get the camera aimed down where you can see what's going on, and I'll be right back. Okay, to start with, I have me here, and we are going to put in 1 stick of soft butter. Into that, we are adding in 1 1/4 cups of sugar. 1 1/4. Okay, and I'm going to just kind of mix that up a little bit with a spoon. Okay. Oops. I ran a little bit of butter and sugar over there. Okay. Now into that we are going to add in 3 eggs. Let me know in the comments if you've ever had buttermilk pie or made it before. Okay, I had never even heard of it before until just recently, but yeah, it is something that we really, really like, and it seemed like really easy. So I just have a little beater here. And I'm not going to mix it all, so you don't have to listen to it, because we don't want that. That would be so annoying. Okay, and so I have here 1 cup of water. So I'm going to add in 4 tablespoons of this buttermilk powder. Right into that water, because it's calling for 1 cup of buttermilk. And to get 1 cup of buttermilk out of this, you add 4 tablespoons to it. And we're just going to mix it together a little bit here. But that's pretty handy to have you some buttermilk right on hand, you know, right on hand. Just add water, you know, because there might be a time when we're scrounging to be able to make something, you know, like a pie, you know. So, and I'm going to go ahead and add that right in there like that. Now we're going to add in 3 tablespoons of flour into that, and 1/4 teaspoon of salt into that, and right here we have 1 tablespoon of lemon juice that goes into that, and then it calls for a teaspoon of vanilla, so that's about a teaspoon. And I'm finishing off the end of that. So now we're just going to mix it. And I will be back in just a minute so you don't have to hear the beater driving you nuts. Okay, I beat it for probably about a minute just to get, you know, everything incorporated. There might be a couple lumps. If there is, don't worry about it. So now I'm just going to get the pie shell here out and put it on a cookie sheet, pizza pan, whatever you have handy. Pour it into your pie crust like that, and stick it in a oven that is 350 degrees. Yes, I got out of camera range. So this is going to go in the oven for 50 to 55 minutes, and I'll return when it's done. I think I might whip up another one, but I shall return when that one's done. Okay, the pies are still in the oven, but I am not done yet. Okay, because I picked up some Dream Whip. This was on the pantry shelf, so I figured some Dream Whip on top of that pie would taste delicious, you know. And I'm trying to keep this as much as using the pantry foods as possible. I did use a store-bought pie shell, but certainly if you wanted to make your own pie shell, you surely could. So with Dream Whip, all it takes is a 1/2 cup of milk and a mixer. So I will get this beat up, whip it up, and it is going to turn into like whipped cream, and this is really good. And I gotta add some vanilla to it. Be right back. That looks about right to me. Right there, we have whipped cream. I'm going to stick that in the refrigerator, and the whipped cream will already be done with Dream Whip. So remember, when you make this, you can make it even with, you know, your Gosner milk, if you wanted to, if you didn't have any other milk. But the colder your milk, the better it is going to whip up. So I shall return as soon as the pie is done. Okay, I just pulled the pie out of the oven, and it says to pull it out, you know, to cook it 50 to 55 minutes. And actually, I cooked it probably an hour and 10 minutes because I wanted to make sure it was done. But in the instructions, it says pull it out when it's mostly done. This is mostly done, and so I can let it cool off for a while, before you put the Dream Whip on it, for sure. So, and then throw it in the refrigerator, you know, and let it cool if you want. But after you cut into it, you have to keep it in the refrigerator. So, but if it's like my house, there may not be anything left to keep in the refrigerator because last night's pie, let me tell you, it all got ate up. Every piece of it. I mean, these are some really good pies that you can make out of minimal things from your prepper pantry. Your buttermilk. Now, you can take regular milk and add some vinegar to it to make buttermilk, or lemon juice to it to make buttermilk, or you can use the powder form, mix it with water, and have buttermilk. And you know, add some sugar and a few other ingredients that you have in your pantry, and you can make you a buttermilk pie. And let me tell you, they're good. I'm gonna go ahead and cool this, and I'll be back to show you a piece of it once it is cut. I don't want to cut into it when it's hot because, yeah, gotta let it cool down a little bit. So I will be back when that is cooled down enough, and we'll try out the buttermilk pie. So make sure you stay tuned. This is some good stuff, guys. Okay, I got a piece on the plate here. One last thing we gotta put, but I wanted to show you how it's kind of like a custard pie. I mean, this stuff is so good, guys. And to make it even better, put a dollop of that Dream Whip on top of it, and you definitely have got you a really good piece of pie. Guys, if you enjoyed the video, give me a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you so much for joining. Toodaloo, God bless. See you in the next video.